Hey everybody, I'm AdamHarry with
Larry Vela,
and we're from BoLS, and today we have the new Warhammer 40,000 Psychic Awakening Phoenix Rising book. This is actually really exciting stuff. This is the kickoff book for the Psychic Awakening event, which is going to shake the foundations of the Grimdark, as far as we know.
He said it's going to be bigger than the Horus Heresy.
Bigger than the Horus Heresy. This book is a focus on the preeminent psychic race, I would say, in 40k, the Eldari. And I'm not just talking about Craft Worlds, I'm talking about the triumvirate of the Eldari, the Ynnari, Eldari, Craft Worlds, and of course the Drukhari.
Yep,
so
they're all in there.
They're all in here. Real quick, rules-wise, what we're going to find in here, we've got new rules for the Aspect Warrior Exarchs.
Yep.
We've got new psychic powers for the Eldar, which we'll get into in a little bit here. We've got new Coven rules, new Homunculi rules,
New
Witch Cult rules. We also have the White Dwarf version of the Ynnari rules are now located in this book too. So if you missed that White Dwarf, you got it, and that includes their stratagems, psychic powers.
Yeah. So basically, this book is effectively acting as a Codex Ynnari. So
exactly.
They're now in an actual book you can buy, which is great.
On top of all the rule stuff, we get some really, really cool lore tidbits in here, which is why Larry's here today. He's our Eldar expert.
Oh, you forgot one important thing of rules. The build your own craft rules.
Oh!
Which are really cool.
All right, so we're going to be checking a lot of this stuff out now. If you're not familiar with how we do reviews, we're not going to go through page by page here, but we're going to give some big, broad overview stuff. So first off, how much cool artwork is in here, Larry?
A lot.
A lot of cool stuff.
There's the big giant psychic
awakening,
the visions from the seer. You've seen it's full of doom and dark portents.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we have the contents again. We kind of talked about this already.
Right.
Just what you're going to see in this book. So yeah, let's talk. We're going to pause here. You guys can see the table of contents. Larry, why don't you jump into some of the lore, and you can kind of flip through and talk to us about it.
So the first thing we have is we have a lore section. That's about roughly 20 pages.
Yeah.
And that is titled the Thelian. That is the Eldar's name for the Great Rift.
Oh, okay.
So that's what that is.
We've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. Every race has their own kind of name for what it is.
Right.
After that, you're going to get you get a whole bunch of missions that are let you recreate important battles from that narrative.
Yep.
In there, and then you move on to the 3 sections that the main book is. You get about 20 pages on Craft Worlds. You get a little under 20 pages on Drukhari, and you get about 15 pages on Ynnari. The lore is really interesting. So. What is basically going on here is this is the continuation of Ivrain's story from Rise of the Primarch that happened at the end of 7th edition. Okay. So we've been like, what's been going on? There was all this stuff, and she's raising Guilliman, and then it just stopped.
Because we basically just recap that we had Ivrain bring back Guilliman, and then she kind of like faded away into whatever the Great Rift happens.
Right.
At some point in between.
Right. So now you have what's going on is basically...
It's kind of a catch-up.
Yeah. So what is going on is she is trying to unify her race.
Okay.
She's trying to unify all of the factions of the Eldar, and she now is aware that Slaanesh has unleashed... everybody wants her dead, basically, at the same time, because if you want to stop the Eldar from reuniting, and you need to kill Ivrain.
Okay.
So the big antagonist in the story is Shalaxi Hellbane, the named character, Keeper of Secrets, has basically unleashed Hollywood style, grabs his spear, leaves the Palace of Slaanesh, and sets out to hunt down Ivrain.
Right.
And Ivrain basically is traveling around the galaxy trying to gather up all of the greatest champions of the Eldar race. So she's trying to get together the greatest Ynnari heroes, the greatest Craft World heroes, and the greatest Dark Eldar heroes to fight at her side, because she knows that believes...
Can you name drop a couple of them for us?
Well, clearly there's...
Eldrad, maybe?
Not
Eldrad?
Jane Czar.
Jane Czar? Oh, well, naturally.
On the Harlequin side, she is trying to hook up with some Harlequins. Yep. And in particular, Solitaires. She believes that Solitaires hold the key to destroying Slaanesh.
Okay.
So and then whoever the most badass Dark Eldar that she can find, which includes Lilith.
Lilith. Okay. So a couple of key figures there we've seen.
Vect is trying to kill her because Vect views her as a threat, and he hires Drazar. Drazar is one of the he basically puts out an insanely high bounty for her head. Drazar's like, I'll take that money.
Yeah.
And goes after her, and that's all good. What happens is that it's just a footnote in this. It's not even mentioned.
Yeah.
So it's just mentioned that he's hunting for her. All the details of that are going to be in another product.
Right. Probably Blood of the Phoenix.
So some interesting things are going on in this narrative. Two things in particular. Like I said, we're not going to spoil the two things. The two things that stood out to us is, one, Exodites are mentioned a lot. And in a lot of detail in this narrative. They're not mentioned just in passing. They're mentioned taking part in battles. They're mentioned. They're an important part of her alliance. They're riding their dinosaurs. They're fighting demons.
Yeah.
They're doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, there's a lot of Exodite stuff happening in this book. So who knows what they're going to do with that. But like I said, they aren't just in the background. There's a lot of Exodite detail in this. Number two is, I'm not going to explain how it works. You need to buy it. But this is the big, huge deal. For over 10 years, Games Workshop has been hinting that there's a secret way that the Harlequins know of to defeat Slaanesh.
Yeah.
There's a plan. And in this narrative, we get the plan. So if Vrain, combined with the Dark Eldar, combined with the Harlequins, combined with the Craft World, figure out they have a theory for how they can actually save their race and defeat Slaanesh.
Awesome.
And it is explained in this book. And it's a big, big deal.
I think you can name drop the character too that is involved with that too, because I think
Ivrain, for sure. Ivrain is involved, and
Uriel, right?
Uriel is involved in it. He's kind of the test subject for the theory, and I forget her exact name. Alariel. She not
Farseer.
The named Spirit Seer of Eondon is a big part of it. So
very cool.
So it's in here. It's a big, huge advancement of the lore.
Yeah, we're not going to go through all that, but I think that's pretty solid recap there.
Then we get all the missions.
Yep. The missions are going to be specific to this story arc, narrative-wise. So if you want to play through the narrative, they do come with their own stratagems for attacker, defender, stuff like that. So we're going to skip through those. I think it's a handful of missions there. We get to the craft world, right? This is the create your own craft world section, right?
First of all, most importantly, the name generator.
Boom!
Now you can name every Eldar hero in your army forever.
Which you should. Where is the create your own craft world stuff?
It's way at the end.
Yeah, okay.
So here's the big important part for you guys.
Yeah.
This. And there's multiple pages of this. We now have... So this
real quick, too. Jane Czar's rules are in here.
Yep.
Howling Banshee's rules are in here. They play a big part. I think both... I know Jane Czar got updated a little bit.
Right.
Howling Banshee's got tweaked a slight amount, but...
Right.
This is the big thing. This is the cool stuff.
So for those of you guys who don't know this or haven't been playing for 30 years, way back when the Eldar were first invented, back in Rogue Trader, there used to be charts of Farseer, of Exarch powers, and you had the ability to kind of build like normal Exarchs with 1 power, or you could actually build potent ones if you wanted to spend the points and give them 2 power. So you could make Exarchs kind of like pretty effective mini heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
And for the first time in decades, this book brings that system back. Awesome. So what we have here is for every craft world, for every aspect of Warrior Shrine, you get a stratagem that costs. It basically says for 1 CP,
you nominate the
you can take 2 powers instead of the 1, and then this chart, and you get 6 powers per aspect. So it specifically says, basically when you buy aspects according to the current craft world codex, they have a default Exarch power on them.
Yeah.
Kind of think of that like Smite. Like that's the default one and everybody gets it. And then you can replace it with one of these at no cost, or you can spend the 1 CP and have 2 in any combination.
Wow. And there's some pretty potent ones in here.
They're in general, most of them, most of these charts will have 1 to 2 of them that affect the squad, that make that buff the squad, and 3 or 4 of them that buff the Exarch in particular.
Okay.
And some of them are super cool. Like one of my favorite ones here is Fire Dragons. Is this one here.
Just Dragon's Bite?
Yeah, Dragon's Bite. Read that.
Alright, while the unit contains a Fire Dragon Exarch at the start of your shooting phase, you can change the type characteristic of this unit's fusion guns to Pistol 1 until the end of that phase.
Because that's one of the complaints. People were like, wait, Fire Dragons are no good in close combat because they have grenades, but only one guy
can throw the multi-bomb. What's the point of...
Right, what's the point of ever being in assault? Well, now you take that guy and you're like, oh, guess what? All of our fusion guns are Pistol 1 now, and we're going to light you up.
Interesting.
In close combat.
That's
really cool.
Because you get to shoot them now. So if you ever got your fire dragons charged, which was a big thing, like you deploy out, you shoot a vehicle, maybe you don't kill it, their opponent goes on their turn, they just charge you, so you can't fall back, you don't fly.
Right.
You can't fall back and shoot, so now you're stuck in.
Right.
You get your one melta bomb attack. Whoopie-de-doo.
Right, and then everybody else punches with strength 3 fists, and dragons are terrible.
But now you convert them to pistol 1.
Yep.
During the shooting phase, they can actually shoot.
And there's all kinds of stuff like this.
That's kind of handy.
Every aspect is way, way better.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to skip forward
over
to...
And again, Crimson Hunters are included, and Warp Spiders, which is pretty cool. Runes of Fortune, this is the new psychic power. There's 6 new powers here, but this is not just a... it's not just an extra 6 powers.
Correct. It's not a traditional new discipline like we get in most other codexes. The way this one works is if you're a Craft World Psyker, you can pick, you can just, you still build him normally, but you can replace Smite with any one power on this chart.
And again...
So it's not a replacement chart for your normal powers. You still pick all your normal powers the way the codex says, but if you want to, you can take generic Smite, or you can take one of these.
That's super cool.
Which is really kind of interesting.
You're swapping out the Smite option for the
like
first time we've seen that.
So it gives you kind of like a hybrid. You're kind of getting to mix and match between your normal psychic discipline and this one at the same time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Craft World attributes. This is the build your own Craft World stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to show you all these. There's 2 pages of these. There are tons of them.
Yeah.
And you pick 2.
You pick 2.
Very similar to the successor chapter rules for Space Marines. Basically, you can use any of the default chapter Craft Worlds that are in the Craft Worlds book, or pick any 2 of these and invent your own Craft World.
And there's a couple in here I think that can't be taken together, kind of similar to the chapter tactics.
But there are ones in here that are good. Like they're really solid.
So you get
really solid.
Quite a few pages of those, right? So Drukhari are up.
Name generator.
Name generator, yeah, that's what I'm talking about here.
That's
you
right.
get the new Drazar.
Yep.
Again, rules-wise changes. The big thing here is he's now 2 damage a pop and has the possibility with lethal precision of doing 2 extra damage. So, and if he charges, he gets to attack, which is twice, which is pretty baller there.
Pretty bonkers. The new Incubi here.
New models there. Yeah, they look great. The big thing about them is they have new Cabal Obsessions, Coven, and Witch Cult stuff.
Yep.
So these are just different.
It's the same rules. You pick 2.
You pick 2.
Yeah. If you don't have a named one, you look on the chart. You pick 2.
Yeah.
So again, we're seeing this. I assume that this is something that we're going to see over and over and over again moving forward as we move into other volumes of this, as we hit other races. They really seem to like this concept that they rolled out with successor chapters.
Yeah.
They're definitely rolling it out now for other races, which is cool.
Very cool.
So much more kind of invent your own thing and go from there.
Yeah, which Obsessions and Homunculi, and then of course finally the Inari.
Yeah, and the Inari rules. This is
White Dwarf stuff.
Yeah, this is a reprint of the entire Inari article from White Dwarf. So now you're in a codex. It's all official.
Yep.
You're in hardcover. You buy this book and you're good.
You get the Discipline, the Warlord traits, all that fun stuff too, and then of course points at the end.
Yep.
So yeah,
I do have to say though, it is sad there is not an Inari name generator. It's okay.
Well, you just use the Craft World one,
or the Dark, whichever one you're from.
Maybe use the first name of the Craft World and the last name of the Dark. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that is Phoenix Rising.
Yep.
The new book kicking off Psychic Awakening. Lots of big changes in here for the lore, which is super exciting. If you are an Eldari player of any flavor, this is going to be very useful for you. So definitely check this one out. But that's all for today. I'm AdamHarry.
And I'm Larry.
We're from BoLS Souls, and thanks for watching. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.